welcome to the State Police exhibit here at the fair. This is the Special Operations Response Team rappelling demonstration. It's a little windy up on the tower. Guys look like they're maybe a little scared, so keep your fingers crossed. But more importantly, keep your expectations low. That way you won't be disappointed. All right, let's get it going. Without further ado, please direct your attention to the rooftop. Folks, when this man sets foot on the fairgrounds, all crime comes to a complete standstill. Please put your hands together for your host, Trooper Eric, the Irish hand grenade Osborne!
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to day 11 of the Great New York State Fair. Thanks for finding us at our new location. Thanks for helping us break in this awesome new tower. We are the best show at the exhibit, guaranteed not to give you fleas or worms. We are SORT. SORT is the SWAT team for the New York State Police. As such, we conduct all those operations that you would expect a SWAT team to conduct. Barricaded subjects, hostage situations, drug raids, high-risk felony warrants, dignitary protection. However, we also perform a few tasks you wouldn't necessarily associate with a SWAT team, to include search and rescue, specifically high angle rappelling and rope rescue, which is what we're going to demonstrate here today. So without further ado, let's bring the guys down and introduce them. Up on the left side of the tower, you've got our resident heavy metal expert, Sergeant Jeffrey Hairband Levin. On the right side, you've got the South Team Commander, Sergeant Pete Iron Man Verdese. On the ropes, direct from Division Headquarters, this man's frame has been described as steel, nay, rebar wrapped in leather, Sergeant Derek the Duke Serza. In that top window, you've got our DJ. He is available for weddings, bar and bat mitzvahs, and of course, bachelorette parties. Trooper Brian DeRossi. And if you look above our repellers, you will see a drone being run by Sergeant Oli of Oneida. Folks, give that drone a wave. Say hi to him. All right, guys, come on down. On the left side of our tower, you have the North Team Certified Man Tracker, Trooper Ryan, the Chainsaw Ordway. And on the right side, you've got the Central Team Commander, Sergeant Cliff. No, I don't play basketball. Whoa. All right, folks, as they climb back up, I'm going to go over a little bit about what it takes to become a member of SORT. If you've been a trooper for a minimum of 2 years, you can put in a memo requesting a tryout. If your chain of command feels you may have what it takes, you're granted a 3-day pre-selection tryout. If you successfully complete that, you go to a 2-week phase 1. If you successfully complete that 2-week phase 1, you may or may not be invited to go to the 6-month school. Out of that 6-month school, 3 weeks is dedicated strictly to rope work. We do standard rappelling. We do rope rescue, getting patients on backboards, into Stokes baskets, and out of dangerous situations. We also do helicopter operations. We do hoist work, we fast rope, and we rappel out of the helicopters from heights of over 200 feet. Just to give you a frame of reference, that's a 60-foot tower, so a little taller than 3 times that height. As each guy comes down, you're going to see a piece of equipment on the front of their harness. This is called a figure 8, and that's our descent device. That top, we feed the rope through this. That top hand on the rope, that's just a guide hand, keeps us upright. The back hand, the one by our hip, that's the money maker, that's your brake hand. As you open it up and allow that rope to freely feed through the device, that's when we let gravity take over, and we refer to that as letting her eat. Once you crimp it down onto your hip, it puts friction on the device, slows you, and stops you. Telling you is one thing, showing you something different. So we're going to have Pete and Jeff come on down and demonstrate.
I
All right, you see Pete, Jeff come down. They keep that top hand, that guide hand, keeps them upright. That brake hand on the back, they feather that, they land very gently on the roof. However, say they come ripping down that rope. They got that hand open, and they're really letting her eat. That rope's flying through the device, and all of a sudden it hits a loop or a twist, as you'll see in these ropes, and kicks out of their hand. You lose your brakes on a thruway, that's a bad day on the road, right? We lose our brakes out here, that could be a bad day on the ropes. That's why we got Derek over here. He's not trying to be rude, giving you his back. He's not trying to showcase his well-defined traps and lats. He actually serves a very important purpose out here. As our senior guy and our ropes guru, he has the oh so important, yet not all that glamorous job of rope safety or belayment. If one of these guys is coming down, they're really letting her eat, they lose that brake hand, he's going to pull on that rope, which will put friction on their device, slowing and hopefully stopping them. Again, telling you is one thing, showing you something different. So one of these guys is going to help me out and demonstrate. They're going to take a few steps back, they're going to get a running start, and they're going to throw themselves off of that roof with no hands on the rope. They're going to come hurtling towards Earth at an incredible rate of speed, accelerating at 9.8 meters per second until at the very last moment, Derek, with his cat-like reflexes and raw power, will engage the belay, stopping that trooper mere inches away from certain death, or at least a sprained ankle. Ladies and gentlemen, you paid for your whole seat. You're only going to need the edge. This is going to be awesome. So who's doing it? For real? Guys, I built it all up. I mean, who's doing it? I mean, you guys, rock, paper, scissors, you should have figured this out ahead of time. The canine, they got the puppies back out? Where are they, Pete? Where the pup? Oh, hey, Pete.
Just volunteering.
Hey, Jeff, thanks for volunteering. Hey, let's hear it for Jeff. He's a brave soul. All right, so Jeff's going to throw himself off the roof. Derek's going to belay him. It's going to be great. What? The last time Derek belayed you? Yeah, I think we all remember what happened last time. But he since apologized. I believe he gave you an edible arrangement. You're back to work, and I can barely notice the limp. Besides, when you were out hurt, his belay success rate skyrocketed. 60% of the time, it works every time. What do you say, you ready? Yeah, that's not great. Hey, D. D, what are you doing? Trading sunglasses. Those do pop, I like those. Looks real good. What's the deal over here, though, brother? That is an awesome knot. I don't know if that's going to hold. All right. Hey, brother. Here. Just hold on to that real quick. It's okay. You grab it. There you go. Grab it real quick. There you go. Hold on to it. Now, don't do anything until he jumps, and then just pull it. All right? Hey, brother. What's your belay success rate? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. After today, it will either be 0 or 100. Okay, either way, he will have a successful belay success rate. Jeff, what do you think? I think you know him. No, he's absolutely sure he's not doing it with that guy. He looks wicked strong, though. Nothing. All right. Hold on. Let me confer with my associate here real quick. Hey, Derek. Between you and me, I don't really care how this goes. I know you don't. I think everybody realizes you don't. But if he burns in and smashes onto that fresh sod and your hands aren't on the rope, our state fair days are over like back to work. That's what I thought. There we go. That got Derek motivated. All right, I think we're ready to go now. We got Derek on belay. We got Jeff up top. Jeff, you ready? Folks, let's give him a little encouragement, all right? Help me count them up. We're going to count to 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Folks, our goal is to get Jeff a little bit closer to the ground every single show. Come on back Labor Day. It'll be a humdinger. Be all grass stained up about 5 inches shorter. It'll be great. All right. As you see, you got to have a cool head up here on these ropes. You end up in a bad spot, somewhere you don't feel comfortable, as long as you don't panic, as long as you maintain that brake hand, you're not going to fall. So to demonstrate that, if you look up top, we got Cliff and Ryan who are going to come on down. right, again, you saw Cliff and Ryan come down that standard seated hip rappel that we've all been using. But at this point, they're going to go ahead and transition their brake hand from their strong side to their support side. This is going to allow them to go ahead and invert. So now, even though these guys are upside down, as long as they maintain that newfound brake hand, they're not going to smash face first into the ground. This is what we call the Commando Crawl. It allows our guys to get eyes on where they're going before they present their feet or other body parts through a window. At this point, a lot of people ask, when the bad guys see the ropes hanging below the window. You would if they were there, but in a tactical situation, our guys rappel with a rope bag hooked to their harness and it feeds directly out of there. Once Cliff and Ryan have gotten far enough and seen all they feel they need to see, they can go ahead and right themselves, reassume that brake hand, and come on down. Ladies and gentlemen, the invert. Just as a side note, we did recruit these guys to the team directly from a synchronized swimming academy. See, all those hours in the pool have really paid off, and they've forged quite the bond. All right, rescue is also something we do. We stress safety all the time. Dealing with heights or dealing with hard edges, possibility exists that bad things can happen. If somebody's coming down a sheer cliff face, sometimes they underestimate the height of that and they'll actually run out of rope. Sometimes people get into a position where they can't go up or down, and sometimes people unfortunately get injured on the ropes. We have to have the means to go get them. Can't necessarily use a helicopter. That rotor gets too close to the rope. It's not going to do it any favors. And ladders aren't going to get up, so we got to go down. So if you look up top, we've got Jeff, who's going to come down and demonstrate. Okay, say Jeff's working his way down a sheer cliff face, either in Letchworth, the High Peaks, or Ithaca, because it is gorgeous. He gets himself to a spot he wants to be for a little bit. He's going to take that rope and wrap it around his descent device. Not once, not twice, but thrice. This is the tie-off. Once Jeff's tied off, he no longer needs to maintain that brake hand. He can go hands-free. He can invert. He can literally and figuratively hang out. He can take out a cell phone, snap a selfie, post it to Instagram, do whatever he wants. But say he's up there doing an oil painting or something else, and some rocks kick loose and hit him in the head. Where are my rocks? Where are my rocks? Go under. Go get them. Rocks is code for water balloons, unless the K9 guys actually handed out rocks this time. That'd be interesting. Go ahead. Who's got water balloons? If you have a water balloon, close with it and destroy the sergeant. Go get him. Go get him. Come on, get up there. Come on. Oh. Oh. Ah, had it. Had it. Nice arm. All right, folks, let's hear it for our rocks. Also, if you come back on Memorial Day, that's when we switch to lawn darts. They're a lot more accurate. All right, so Jeff's been knocked unconscious up there. If he were a lowly trooper, we'd just leave him there. He'd figure it out, or he wouldn't. Who cares? But he's a sergeant, kind of a big deal. Got a lot of time and money invested in him, so we can't leave him there. So if you look all the way up top, we got Pete. Pete's going to come down. He's going to latch hands onto Jeff, and he's going to bring him, hopefully, down to safety. Come on down, Pete.
Can't keep my hands to myself.
Ah, all right. We picked all our own music out here. It's a bold choice for Pete. What's the matter? You didn't pick this one? No, it sounds like your jam. I thought it suited you. No? DJ DeRoshi, it sounds like we got a tactical diva up there. Let's switch it up.
Kick the dust up.
A little better? There, that got him off. A little more machismo. As Pete L's out and comes down, you're going to notice he has a different piece of equipment hooked to the front of his harness. That's called a brake bar rack. The brake bar rack allows him to take additional weight onto his system. In this case, that additional weight is going to be Jeff. Once Pete gets to a location where he wants to get to work, he's going to have to perform a tie-off as well. If he doesn't tie off correctly, he could fall to the ground and become a casualty in need of rescue. At this point, Pete's location is crucial. He's going to want to be close enough where he can barely hook in and reach Jeff, but he wants to be far enough away where he has decent length of pull to take Jeff's weight off of his system. You'll see Pete reaching on the left side of his harness. That blue strap is referred to as a pick-off strap. It's designed specifically for rope rescue situations. You'll see Pete invert and hook in a jet system, locking that carabiner. All these steps are important to be performed in sequence. Now Pete's going to pull Jeff towards him. Pete is one of the many EMTs on our team, so at this point he's going to check the patient for responsiveness. It appears he's alert. As Pete pulls Jeff up, you can see Jeff instinctively reach for Pete's legs and hips. We're a very tight-knit team. At this point, we ask no pictures be taken. Thank you. Pete has already freed Jeff from his line, and now he's just going to retain that hardware for future use. At this point, hopefully Pete's performed all the steps well. If not, I think Pete will be okay, but Jeff's day at the fair will be ruined. Pete undoes his tie off and brings him and Jeff safely and gently to the ground. Ladies and gentlemen, the pick-off. All right, folks, we've gone over basic rappelling. We've showed you the safety measures we have in place. We've gone over a small percentage of the rope rescue capabilities that we have. However, as I alluded to before, there's also a tactical application to the rope work and rappelling that we do. Say, for example, there's a bad guy. He's creeping around these fairgrounds. He grabs up a kid, runs up into that tower, barricades a door in. That's a horrible choice of location on his part, but he's obviously made a series of bad decisions to get to this point in his life. So now he's barricaded that door, and he feels real comfortable that we're not going to be able to get him. Unfortunately for that bad guy, the Special Operations Response Team doesn't need to come in through the door. We can come in through the window. So if you look all the way up top, we've got Ryan getting ready to come down and do the recon for the rescue. Ryan's careful to land very gently on that roof so as not to alert the bad guy of his presence. He switches brake hands, inverts, and begins that commando crawl. He's going to get eyes in each window, seeing if he can see a hostage or a threat that needs to be dealt with. Signaling there's nothing in that first window, and he continues downward. On his harness, you're going to see a small canister. That's an NFDD, or noise flash diversion device, commonly referred to as a flashbang. It emits a bright light and very loud noise, which distracts and disorients anybody in the room in which it's deployed. He's got eyes on that second window and sees our target. He's secured the flashbang and is ready to deploy it. So it looks like we're ready for Cliff to come down and effect the rescue. Cliff's in the window. There appears to be a tussle of some sort. I think the big fella's got his hands full. Uh-oh! I think the bad guy's got the upper hand. What's coming? Oh, the people's elbow, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, the humanity. Whoa, 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 no, ladies and gentlemen, please do not applaud for that. That was a clear violation of New York State Police policy and procedures. Cliff, rules and regs do not allow us to throw a pedophile out of a second-story window. No. Our manual clearly states it needs to be the third floor or higher. Second floor is not getting it done, you know what I'm saying? How's that kid doing? Is he all right? Hey, it's Billy. Billy's okay. A big set. Oh, and Timmy. He had two of them, Billy and Timmy. These kids get themselves in more trouble. Boy, Cliff bails them out every time. Another double save for Cliff. All right, folks. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. We love coming out here. It's about a week or two, depending on our assignment, and it represents a nice break for us. We get to play on this awesome new tower, interact with you good people, but at the end of the day, it is a serious business we're involved in. If you look up on the tower there, we've got 4 shield numbers. Those belong to Michael Strank, Ross Riley, David Brinkerhoff, and Joseph Longobardo. Those 4 men were operators on our team who died in the line of duty. They made the ultimate sacrifice serving the people of the state of New York, and we think it's those guys that deserve the real round of applause today. You guys have been an awesome crowd. We appreciate it. Feel free to come forward afterwards. We got stickers for the kids. We'll answer questions, pose for pictures, tasteful, of course. Anybody who's interested in becoming a trooper, we got recruiters back there in that log cabin. They can point you in the right direction. We also have displays in there. We have a ton of cool displays in the museum. Get your learn on. Over here at the Centennial Group or the Trooper Foundation building here, you pick up all your state police swag. Thanks again and enjoy the rest of your day at the Great New York State Fair.